My mother-in-law humiliated me in front of everyone at the door of a luxury hotel. My sister-in-law stood there laughing. But when they went inside and learned the truth about who I really was, their faces fell. And what I did next left them stunned. A cold evening it was, and the harsh light fixed above the glass entrance of that luxury hotel was falling straight onto my face, as if someone had deliberately placed me there in front of everyone. I had just taken one step toward the door when my mother-in-law suddenly raised her hand to stop the security guard and said loudly, "She is not with us. She just pretends." People standing at the entrance froze. Some turned to look, others began whispering. My sister-in-law was standing right beside me, not even trying to hide her smile, as if this whole scene were entertainment for her. The sound of blood rushing filled my ears, but I forced myself to stay still. If I moved, if I spoke, everything I had been holding in for years might have come pouring out. This wasn't the first time. It hadn't happened all at once, it had slowly led to this moment. From the very beginning of my marriage, I had been the woman who was not enough in their eyes. Not expensive enough clothes. Not a good enough background. Not quiet enough. After my husband passed away, it was as if I had been separated from the family entirely. To them, I was nothing but a burden, a woman surviving at the mercy of circumstances. The truth was that I really was fighting circumstances. Rent, electricity bills, hospital expenses, the job that ended without warning, and then the next job where I worked day and night just to stay afloat. Many nights, I came home exhausted on a bus, only to stand back up again the next morning. No one saw any of it, and perhaps I never tried to make them see. Standing humiliated at the hotel entrance pulled me back to the day I had asked them for help for the first and last time. Just 1 month of support. My mother-in-law had smiled faintly and said, "We all built our own lives. You should learn to do the same." That day, I decided I would never show weakness in front of anyone again. The security guard looked at me, then at my mother-in-law. The decision wasn't his to make, but the moment stretched painfully long. In a calm, steady voice, I said, "I'm with them." My sister-in-law laughed immediately. She always does this. She just wants attention. For the first time, I looked directly at her, not with anger, not with tears, just with emptiness. As if I had already disconnected from them emotionally. At that exact moment, a man stepped out from inside the hotel. He was holding a folder, and he called my full name out loud, pronouncing it perfectly. My mother-in-law's voice stopped mid-breath. I quietly took my phone from my pocket and showed him the email I had received that morning. He nodded and said, "We've been expecting you. Please come inside." As I walked in, my steps didn't shake, but my heart felt unbearably heavy. The same people were in the lobby, the ones who had been staring at me just minutes ago. Now their expressions had changed. My mother-in-law's face had gone pale. My sister-in-law's smile had vanished. That was where they learned that I was starting work as a consultant with the hotel's financial department, the very position they had tried to secure for someone close to them, but the one I had been selected for instead. There was no announcement. No drama. Just the truth. My mother-in-law tried to speak, but no words came out. I looked at her, and for the first time, I felt calm inside. I said, "I never asked you for anything. I was just trying to hold my life together." What I did after that was not revenge, it was a decision. I didn't humiliate them in front of everyone. I didn't say anything harsh. I simply took my place, did my work, and quietly earned the respect that noise can never bring. To understand what that moment meant, you have to know how long the silence before it had been. Years of swallowing words at family dinners. Years of being introduced as an afterthought, if at all. Years of hearing advice that sounded like kindness but was really dismissal. I had learned how to make myself smaller so others could feel bigger. I had learned how to survive without leaning on anyone, because every time I did, it came with a reminder of how unwanted I was. That hotel lobby didn't change my life overnight. I didn't suddenly become rich or powerful. My problems didn't disappear the moment I walked through those glass doors. But something inside me shifted. For the first time, I wasn't standing there asking to be accepted. I was standing there because I belonged. That night, I returned to my small apartment. The same old refrigerator hummed in the corner. The same simple room greeted me. Nothing about the space had changed, but I had. I stood in front of the mirror and looked at myself without looking away this time. I understood then that some people will never accept you, no matter how hard you try, and that's okay. The real victory is accepting yourself. Life isn't a movie. There are no grand miracles here. There are only small, quiet moments where you don't prove yourself, you simply stand as who you are. And sometimes, that is enough. If this story touched you, please like the video to support real, human stories like this one. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next chapter. New stories are shared regularly. Your support truly matters. Thank you for listening, for staying till the end, and for being part of this journey.